YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy, the Badwolf. All right, so here's some information. If you read the title, it's going to say, I was denied a firearm, okay? So now, in all actuality, mine is actually pending right now, if you watch the other video. But I come to find out that this is a pretty common thing. So we're going to kind of break down what it is, what are the possible reasons for it, and how to get past that if you can, okay? So if you watch the other video, you've seen that I was talking about how mine came back as not accepted but not denied either. All right, now the possibility of this off the top of my head is possibly because of having renounced U.S. citizenship and then being obviously a U.S. national, okay, which that then defaults me back to the actual Constitution, where there's literally no stipulations on why I can't have one. So does the store know how to do that? Do you still have to do a background check? I'm getting the answers for all of that as we speak, or as I speak and you listen or watch. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so here, once most of them typically will go through the FBI, and it'll be through the NCIS, okay? National Instant Criminal Background Check, all right? And it's a database which helps them to determine whether or not, you've got anything on your record that you shouldn't. So like I said, I'll get back to you guys on what transpires with me, so we all know how to move forward in the future, whether it's, you know, you don't have to have one, you have to have one, or there's a special way to process it, etc. Okay, so here, the big key things that they're talking about that can put you in a position where you can't traditionally get one. Like I said, I don't know what their standards or if there even is a standard, because as far as what I know, what I've been able to research, once you're declared a U.S. national or state citizen, you're not held to those U.S. citizen standards. Okay, so that's what these are, which could be why, like I said, mine didn't go through instantly. There are some other small things, but here, let's check it out. So I'm not going to read through everything, but I'll give you the good gist. Okay, so a person convicted in court of a crime punishable in imprisonment exceeding 1 year, persons who are fugitives, obviously, unlawful user or addict of controlled substance, person educated mental defective or involuntary, committed to a mental institution, which, if I remember correctly, that happened to my father, and we have very similar names, so that could be one of the reasons why it didn't go through. So be careful of that. That's a possibility as well for anybody else out there. So next, a person being an alien illegally or unlawfully in the United States, a person being an alien except as provided by subsection Y2, non-immigrant visa, but a person dishonorably discharged. And then here's the one that I was thinking applies in my particular situation, which is a person who has renounced U.S. citizenship. Okay. And then from there, the subject of protective order issued after hearing a respondent notice stalking, harassing, threatening. A person who is under indictment for information of a crime punishable by imprisonment exceeding a year. So those are the reasons. Now we'll jump down to what happens now. Basically, you're going to need to go to this website or get the file, and then you're going to send off where is it here? A challenge, okay? But there's also known as a VAF. Okay, so this is a voluntary, okay, file here, which is probably what you're going to want to need. Voluntary appeal file. And you get the application on fbi.gov, then go underneath services, CJIS, NIC, National Instant Background Check, or just Google, I was denied a firearm, okay? FBI, NCIS on there as well. That'll bring you here. And essentially what they want you to do is get your fingerprint, which you can either do yourself or go to a professional agency or go down to the cop station, because I'm sure they'll be more than happy to give you a copy of your fingerprints for a fee. Or do it that way, and then they have it in their database, you know. But okay, so you're going to want to submit all that information that they ask for on this file here. Send it to this division in West Virginia, and then they will process it. And once they have that information, that should clear up any traditional reasons why you weren't allowed to have one. Unless you fall underneath one of those categories, then obviously they're not going to. But here's the thing: some people who have criminal backgrounds, felonies, if you will, once they've declared themselves as a U.S. national through the passport, that some of them were able to actually get one. So maybe they didn't think their crimes fit those bills. Maybe some things have changed. Maybe some things, you know, somehow they got them expunged off their record. Either way, so it does happen, but it does not mean that those results will be typical, as they say. So no, not everybody should expect that, just to prepare people. Doesn't mean that all of them won't go through. I'm just saying on me, I don't know, I can't vouch for it. I'm just saying don't expect that. But definitely take advantage of your rights, and hopefully you're not somebody out there who doesn't need a gun. Okay. But in general, obviously, we're just putting out the information. All those can do with it as they see fit. But like I said, if you have done something in your past that you should not, then learn from that. And it means you probably don't need one. But as a U.S. national, as long as you're not in jail and you don't qualify, or you haven't done any of that, then you should be able to have one. Okay. And even these days, it's almost a joke to even really just buy one, because it's not like you can't go to a swap meet and pick up one without having to do a background. You can 3D print them online. You can buy one off people on the street. So it's not like you can't get your hands on something like that. And there's actually far more dangerous things out there that you can get your hands on. Just saying. So for me, mostly this is just an experiment to see how these things process. And if you watch the other video, I told you how we did it the one way, or I should say the clerk did it one way. So I'm going to process it this way, and then after I get the information back from these people, then we'll know how to file it the correct way. And they should get back to me within 30 days, so I'll be looking for that. And if not, which they will, I will try it the other way, which, I will declare on there that, and then put that information in and send it away and see what happens. Because in general, like I said, they're supposed to, if you go by the Constitution, you're supposed to be able to have all your rights back, which doesn't typically involve doing a background check. But 99.99% of them all do that. It's just kind of standard practice, and because most of these places are under that federal jurisdiction, they have to do it that way. That's why some places and some counties and whatever else don't require any of that, because they're either unincorporated or they're doing it under the guise of, it's a national right, like swap meets, or fall into that kind of their own jurisdiction and do it. So anyway, that's about it. Hopefully you guys learned something. If not, read and research, do your own due diligence. Check out any offers down below. Appreciate you guys. Stay warm, because I know it's cold here. That's the Midwest for you. But that's about it, guys. Hope you learned that there's definitely levels to all of these things. And so learn and go take advantage of your rights and freedoms. Talk to you later. More videos coming. The Bad Wolf is over and out.